yeah, I'm wondering if they come out and say it, like finally, that yeah, we're not in charge. There are these forces that are controlling. Like we want you to not freak out. That's my prediction. It's gonna come out to the point like, and I don't know if I can trust that either, because whatever comes out of their mouth, I don't trust it. I don't buy it. I have to see it for myself.
Yeah.
Because as Steven Greer said, they even like design and create an alien physical body.
Yeah, I heard that.
That has a fake skin and I was like, as much as it sounds like, but that's a possibility too. Okay, so yeah, where were we?
Yes, we were desiccating algorithms.
Yes,
and yes, weird things. One would like to think that they would work simply and well and make things fair for everybody. Doesn't seem to be the case.
Yeah, I think there are a lot of YouTube channels and podcasts, and I understand how it works. It's a huge media platform, and it's hard to. And of course, like when you have like big channels with like millions of subscribers, it prefers to put those because it's already have a lot of views, and they get the revenue from ad revenue from those channels. So I understand why they do it, but I think like if they just push the small channels too, then they have more more channels to get revenue from.
Yes, of course.
And of course they're not dumb. They have this policy, they have this approach towards, but at the same time I think like they want to see how consistent you are and how you're developing in your content, creating it, editing it, whatever, because everything matters, especially for YouTube. Is editing, like your thumbnail, your caption, everything matters.
Sure, yeah.
Because I'm a YouTube user first. Like I use YouTube a lot. So I know how it is. I know what, catch my eyes when I'm like scrolling through my feed. So I know how it is. But I think the content we create, the quality of the content that we create with the thumbnail, with the caption, with the content itself,
yes,
is a good quality content. But it hasn't yet been, picked up by algorithm.
Yeah, I understand.
So
yeah.
I like to ask all the people that whoever watched this, if you like what you're seeing, please like, comment, share, subscribe, so algorithm picks us up. So thank you. And yeah, that's it. That's the whole thing. Like you have to call to action. You have to try to interact with your subscriber and all your 50 subscribers. Thank you so much for subscribing to our channel, and hope you enjoy our content, future contents. And yeah, so that's the thing. Like you have to build a community, and that's what I'm trying to do. And I'm sure you have the same idea in your mind, to build a community, to be able to interact with our subscribers, or like people who like what we talk about here, and to make some type of sense, because it's confusing, especially nowadays. Every day is like it's like there is no pause. It's too much.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like with all the news is coming out, and we don't even have time to consume it.
No,
it feels like from all the different angles. Oh, this, oh, alien, or that, oh, World War III, this, oh, we're gonna take over Canada, Gulf of America, all the crazy stuff. Oh, Russia will take part of Ukraine or whatever, or like in Middle East. It's like all this crazy stuff happening, and it doesn't almost make sense. It's like people say, oh, this is the end of time. And as you say, you talk about the recent Steven Greer podcast that he was talking about people in power, like or evangelic,
Yes.
and they try to create the end of time and bring out the second coming of Messiah.
That's right.
Jesus Christ.
When you have this huge, great.
What's the word for it? Did you come up with it?
No, it's gone. It's gone for me.
Yeah.
All the big war at the end of time when things Armageddon.
Armageddon.
Sounds good. I think I'm right. Yes, it is.
Never heard of it, but okay.
Yeah. That's the word. I knew it was there somewhere. And apparently Jesus refuses to come unless Armageddon has happened. And Armageddon is, I don't know what the terms of an Armageddon are, but there is talk that people inside some secret government department actively planning that, and one possible scenario is to make a fake war that looking like the ETs are attacking Earth, and then making this. I don't know the details of how that will happen, but of course the ETs aren't attacking Earth in this; that it's humans doing it, and then we have to attack them back, and everything will get blown up, and then Jesus would turn up. I wouldn't if I was him. I'd run like hell.
So what are you doing, man? I thought you were going to have a party or something for me to come.
Yeah. God, you have a
messed
war
everything
instead.
up.
Yeah, no way. You got that wrong.
Yeah. I don't know how much I take Steven Greer's word literally. Like I understand he has some insight, and probably interview like half a dozen whistleblowers or whatever.
Yes, yeah.
I don't know how much I trust his point of view. I understand like what he says. One of the things that he says that I agree with is that when Lou Elizondo came out and said like, oh, we don't have this technology, and he says like, I know for a fact that we have that technology. We reverse engineered this technology. That I understand. That I agree with him. And it's like, yeah. I believe so too. Yes. They had 100, almost, how many years? Let's say 40s. Like, 40s, nearly 100 years that they're working on reverse engineering.
Yeah.
So they definitely have some type of vehicles. They create some type of vehicles, in my opinion. YouTube, don't take this down. In my opinion, they probably have some type of reverse engineered vehicle craft. So. Yeah. And it was something that I watched that even they published, they have these crafts that can go underwater and they can emerge from underwater and fly.
That's right. Yeah.
And it's not a secret. It's out there. The pattern is out there.
Yes.
So some of these drones and whatever that were mystery can be just that.
Yes.
And I'm not sure all of them were, man-made, but some of them definitely could have been.
Could have been, absolutely.
Yeah.
I have an alternative version to the Armageddon picture. I'm not saying there'll be an Armageddon, but I am very aware that astrologically that we are now in the Aquarian age, very, very recently, if I got my facts right. And the Aquarian age is an age of enlightenment, of peace, of enlightenment. That's the big thing. Calmness. We turn into decent human beings eventually. And the Hindus have a god called Shiva, and Shiva's role is to destroy the old, to make room for new things to come. And I have sort of had this in the back of my head for quite a while now, that all this cacophony that Trump and Musk are causing around the whole planet now, could possibly be a part of that, what I call the Shiva effect, like doing such a dreadful job of the old system that it could well collapse, and then we'll have to create something better, something more in line with, well, the other thing that we talked about, that, you know, the average human being is really living in a simulation, that we are living in a system designed to make the top 0.1% wealthy, and we just are expected to work all our life and then drop dead at 65, basically. I know I'm pushing it a bit, they're saying that, but it's that to me needs to go.
Yeah.
And that's what I work with in my normal work, is creating a system for people to not get stuck in that, maintaining their health first, and, you know, maybe being happy with simpler things. Maybe one doesn't need to live in a enormous house with 3 cars and blah, 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 blah. Maybe one doesn't need a car at all. Maybe one can be blissfully happy with a mini house, or, you know what I mean. Yeah. That we reevaluate how we need to live life to be really genuinely happy and healthy. So that is what I'm hoping is going to come out of the Aquarian age. We take care of the planet, we take care of ourselves, we live simply and live well, and learn to grow into decent, loving human beings. And with a bit of luck, maybe all this terrible stuff that's happening is really just the dying gasps of the old system. So let's see, maybe the Musks and Trumps have a positive role to play in the big picture, but it might take a while.
Yes, I believe so. I believe like people are waking up to the idea, like, okay, now, like, we thought like these people were our saviors and like they're gonna change, but nothing has changed in a way that serves people.
Well, of course not. Yeah,
like you know, middle class. It's a weird thing to call them middle class. Let's call them the heart of the society, the pump, the main course of the society. Because middle class is like, yeah, you lower their, you know, already by saying that.
Yes, I understand.
It's like, that's not true. If the working class stop working, who's going to be rich? What would they do with the money? If we stop accepting money and, like, you know, accepting the system, who are they going to, or are they going to kill us all? Who are they? Or are they going to force us to work?
Yeah. I don't know.
But it's these are revolutionary thoughts I have. It's like, when the system stops serving you, you have to stop serving the system.
Yes.
It's a give and take relationship.
Yes.
But it's in the part of taking. It's taken out of our lives. So we should, like, at some point we should push comes to shove and, you know, stop it. Like,
yes.
Okay, if you don't give, you cannot take. If you don't give me, serve me the way that I have a fulfilled life. Like, it was a funny video that I watched. It was this girl on TikTok. It was like 9 to 5 is bullshit. Retirement after you're 65 is bullshit. It's like just naming, like, saying it's bullshit. Like, these are not the, you know, right concept to live your life by.
No, and I agree.
It's like, what? You're going to work your whole life 9 to 5 and then retire when you barely can walk straight and
die 2 years later.
Yeah, or however years later. It's not a fun, you know, it's not like you're functioning well or you have great ambitions to do things. You already, your good days are already behind you. And I mean, 65, 70, you don't include yourself in
I
what
don't
I'm
fit
saying.
in the system, dude.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Yeah. That's a good thing. You're kind of off the
I
grid.
never quite managed adulthood. I'm still waiting for it to kick in.
Yeah, exactly that, and that's a really good quality you have, and neither do I. So what I'm thinking is that shouldn't be the norm,
No, of
and
course
they
not.
they
Yeah.
normalize it for us. And it's like, what are you talking about? Yeah, you have to have a job, you have to have a career, you have to how do you say, participate and like engage in like social activities and jobs and this and that. It's like, yeah, but something I like, something I'm passionate for, not something that I hate.
Yes,
It's
exactly.
like taking
Yeah.
away my soul pixel by pixel every day that I
Yeah.
work with. It's like, ooh, like I cannot wait to be done. I cannot wait to get the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
So, and I don't think the way the technology advancing, I don't think we need to have those type of jobs, those type of boring as hell jobs. AI can do it. We can, like, all the physical jobs, like machines can do it. So we have to start talking about, okay, universal basic income.
Yes.
Like if you wanna, like, somehow have a career is something that you like and you've been educated from early ages because it was your passion and
Yes.
you liked it, and then of course you can make more I don't know if you can call it income, or like then you get more benefits,
Yes. Yeah.
but that's up to you if you want to do it. Like we have to shift the focus from just profit to human resource.
Yes. Thank you. Yes. Yes. Brilliant.
And
You should be in politics.
yeah, I hate politics though.
Well, we've got someone close to
I like
us
to talk shit about him.
We have someone close to us that doesn't hate it. Maybe we should talk to her.
Yeah, we can just support her. But what I'm seeing is that I don't hear this type of talk from like Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos, or
Well, of course
people
not.
who have the power, who have the wealth, that can share their wealth and like change the dynamic
Yes.
of our world. Like
Yes.
change it so it serves people. It takes away like all the negative things, like hunger or poverty or all these things that is people are struggling with. Even in Western worlds nowadays, it's like it's hard to make it. All the prices went up and like the salaries are still the same, and it's like how it can happen.
Yes.
Who's behind this? Who gets the
Well,
profit? Who gets the chunk of money? And like we are like sitting here and playing with crumbles.
Yes.
What is going on? Like, am I crazy to point out
No.
like, and say this and stuff? And like,
No.
I'm the black sheep.
Yeah. Well, we're probably both black sheep, but that's all right.
Why can't we all be black sheep?
Yeah. Of course. Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll make the white sheep into the black sheep. Yes. Exactly. Of course, Marnie. Yeah. I stand behind what you say very much. It sounds idealistic, but it's actually probably was how we had life before the Industrial Revolution. I'm not saying we didn't have to work and struggle and things sometimes. It's part of the deal too. But struggling for someone else, and getting nowhere, and not living a life. No, that's not right.
It's a modern form of slavery.
Yes.
And
If I can diverge slightly, but just to give a little more of a model of what could be, I would like to talk about the Taoist term Wu Wei. And Wu Wei is, if we translate it, effortless doing. And it is when we come into the natural flow of the cosmos and our own natural flow, things seem to just happen. it looks like magic, but it's not. You're just in harmony with your own life, your own way of being. And in my opinion, the wu-wei state is our natural state. And we are forced out of that with the Industrial Revolution, saying, here you're going to push this button 5,000 times a minute, and you'll do that till you die. And I mean, we're the stupid ones for accepting that, really. But anyway, I just wanted to point that out, that there is another way of being. Of course, we're many generations away from when that was probably more the norm. So we don't feel it in us anymore. It's gone, but it's still there. I've been actively working with it for several years now, and I'm getting slowly better at it. But I fall back into old patterns, of course. But what it feels like is, first you're working from the heart, not from the head, which says I must push this button all my days. And when you do that, you can really feel, okay, here's a work opportunity. I need to work hard now for this time, whatever it is. And then, but when you're not working hard, then you stop and rest and just be. That's what we're built for. Not built to be push button, with the same thing all the time. It kills us. It kills our passion. It kills our soul. I would like to see that the way, the model of how we live life without all this old crap would have that as its core in some way. And this doesn't mean we sit around being lazy assholes. It doesn't. It means that when the time is right, we do things, and when the time is not right, we don't do things. So that's my suggestion for what we move towards with the Aquarian age, or not towards, back to. It's where we've come from. It's you term it simulation, and that's to me what we are like without the simulation. That we live in our own natural flow in a way that is harmonious with the seasons, harmonious with nature, harmonious with each other, and harmonious with ourselves. And I know harmony is a fluffy word, but man, if you live that, you're going to live longer and healthier and be happier, and not screw the planet up in the process. This is my lecture over.
I think they pushed us out of our natural rhythm.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
I mean, so many ways. Like, I think the calendar, even the 12 months calendar, doesn't match up the natural rhythm of nature, and like, because if we had 13 months, it would be 28 days, even months.
Oh, okay.
And everything will be balanced, 4 weeks in each month, and actually you would have get paid one more month, even with this current system. And that would be like, because now it's like everything is like, and if you go, and these are the questions that people don't ask. Why is it like that? Why is it so messed up, everything? And then you look at the people in power, you look at their background, Freemasons, this, that, esoterics, and they're like, but yeah, they can be, and it's all right. But when it comes to the acceptable narrative and acceptable, reality, they don't even mention those stuff.
Yes, yeah, sure.
Those things are, woo-woo, or it's just like, crazy talk.
Yeah.
But they're believing it. They're like living their life based on it.
Yes.
And then you start questioning things. And, it's up to you when, at what point, because you can have a comfortable life, 9-to-5 job that you got used to it, and I don't know, a family, kids, and you really don't have time to even think.
Yeah, exactly.
At the end of the day, you have like 2 hours to, I don't know, eat, rest, I don't know, talk to your family, kids, and then it's time to go to bed. So this is the system they create, like, it's like uh, hoarding like
Yeah.
a species, and check things, and like, oh, as soon as someone is like a rebel, they just shut him down.
Yeah.
And they do it in a plain sight. It's not like they're hiding it. It's like everything is written down. It's in the system. It's in the. You can easily have access to it if you want to see how things work. But people even don't have the time and energy to put that effort to figure it out for themselves.
I know. I can give a counterbalance to that, if you like. How our bodies are designed to work, because that's a clue. I mean, our bodies are still designed to work as we did before, not like 9 to 5. We are not built for that. If we would follow the natural rhythm that the body is designed for, we would go up roughly with the sun. Though, of course, up here in in the northern climes here, we have to adapt to that a little bit. And, spend the first little while just adapting to the day, maybe doing a bit of exercise or out in nature. Then some food around 7 to 9, that sort of time. And then if we're going to do any intense work, we should do it between 9 and 11. That can be mentally intense or physically. And then 11 to 1 is time for a break, for lunch, social time, and a siesta. 1 to 5, we can continue doing our work things, but gradually stepping down. What's the word? Slowing down. And the last period, 3 to 5, is good more for intellectual things, maybe phone calls or studying or that type of thing. And 5 o'clock, that's it. You finish. And then 5 to 7, that's sort of good time for maybe social things, yoga or little light exercise or being in nature, dinner. And then really from sort of 7 onwards till 11, that's people time, that's family time or self time, doing what you feel passionate about. And then in bed by 11 o'clock.
I think what you're saying, I agree with it. It's a better version of what we're doing now. But
that's what we're built for.
Is it still? No, I don't think so. I don't think like we built for 9 hours of activity that is supposed to be just your career. I think like
that's what I'm saying. It's
the
6
maximum
hours,
time that we need to spend on a job that provides for us is 4 hours.
Very likely, yes. Good.
Every other day.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Now you're talking, yeah.
No, I don't think like we're supposed to work every day.
No.
It's unnecessary.
Yeah.
And if we get enough to be able to eat, to like, have a basic normal life with no stress.
Yeah.
I think so many people will be happy with that.
Yeah, well, I don't work every day. I haven't done since I moved to Sweden.
Yeah, but
so you're right.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not very rich either, but
yeah, exactly. That's the point. Like, you back of your head, you like stressed all the time, a little about economy or shit like that.
It's true.
What I mean is that should be the maximum requirement to have a really stable economy and a good life.
Yes,
good, like to a standard level of like living.
I support that all the way. I quite agree.
That's totally opposite now. You worked, I don't know, 50 hours a week or something, and then you get like enough to pay your bills and you're broke.
Yeah.
It's like you just, it's weird. You're working to not be more broke than you are already.
Yes.
And it's so weird. It's like, it's like a stick and carrot in front of you, and you just run in to grab that carrot, and you will never, unless you like, you make it out of, you help yourself off grid and like, don't follow the pattern that everybody, submit to, kind of 9 to 5 and this and that, and just like, I can go to this vacation maybe this year, and that would be like, my reward for all the hard work and like everything that I didn't want to do and I did.
Yeah.
Maybe that will fulfill me, but it doesn't. And what I'm trying to say, that what you said still is try to like polish the 9 to 5 schedule.
No. I don't want to do that. But I'm just saying that's what our bodies cope with. I like your idea very much.
No, I think if we get down to it, it's like we don't need to work all the people, and then you're like, oh yeah, we have unemployment problem.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, but maybe we can share it. Maybe these these huge companies that are like making the big profits, maybe they can like lower the profit and give the job, like split the job between people.
Exactly.
Instead of one person working 40 hours, 50 hours a week, 5 people work that same amount of job.
Sure.
And you just pay them fairly.
Yes.
And you take less profit out of it.
And the other side of that too, right with you on the way. That's brilliant. But like I touched on earlier, that maybe we really look at what do we really need to live a good, happy life. I believe that we have been brainwashed into thinking we need a big, fancy house and we need the latest car and iPhones and whatever it is. I mean, we get a lot of consumer pressure put on us, bigger. Look, if you don't have this, you're not as good as your neighbors or your friends. And I mean, it's been like this for as long as I can remember. But do we really need these things? I don't mean that we should live in a tent with just a sack over our heads either. That's madness. But I feel that we are pushed into buying too much.
Yeah, that's 100% true, but I don't think that that's a problem with the technology or iPhone or whatever. Those are all good and, it can serve a purpose in your life and at some point are necessary. But the way that they go about it, like consumerism, do this, do that. Oh, you work hard to get this. Look at this. It's shiny. You want it. You need it. That's the wrong approach. Like you should be able to have all those goodies and have a balanced life, work, 4 hours every other day, then you have enough time to, figure out what you are, who you are, what you like, and all that. And we're not gonna have this society that is so unbalanced that people are like either poor or struggling, and there are like wealthy percentage that I don't know what they think and how they think, like with like all these Elon Musks and Jeff Bezos. These amounts of money, Bill Gates, and like what is the point? How much money is enough money? What is the point of that? You cannot spend all your money. You can't. You're gonna die before you be able to spend every single dollar that you own.
Oh, yeah.
What's the point if you don't change the way humanity, live?
Yes.
What is the point?
Well, I think you and I are saying the same thing in different ways. To me, people that have such a vast amount of money, to me, must be an internal imbalance. Because we don't need that much. That's just what I'm trying to say. If we have a good balance between heart and head, I don't think we'd even think about wanting to have or needing so much. It's like, to me, the head has taken over and created some greed thing, that more is more. But obviously more is not more. How many houses can you use at once? How many cars can you drive at once? And I'm not saying that being Spartan is the way either. Of course not. But there's a real huge imbalance in these people, in my opinion, that they need to have this. And it's greed. And that's what, to me, that's what's killing the planet right now. Look at Trump, you know, he wants to have Gaza to make it into a casino or whatever. I mean, where's the heart in that? Where's the feeling? You know, it's just more things, you know?
That's why I'm doubting that we are in charge. That's why it's like these are the questions that you ask, and then you're like, is it really human? Is it really Trump? Is it really because of these people?
Well, Trump to me is
why is it worldwide then?
Yeah, of course it's not just Trump.
Why is it everywhere?
He's just a symbol for what's happening. Yeah,
more or less everywhere.
Yes,
and
yeah.
You're like, who's orchestrating this?
I think we just
is it human?
Yes, I think we're doing a good job.
You
of
think
it ourselves.
It's human?
Yeah, we have to take.
It comes from human.
Yes,
I don't think so.
What's happened before? Look at Atlantis. That's what they screwed up. But we're nearly at the same place as Atlantis before that went belly up. Greedy, trying to control all the energy, blah, 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 and poof, oopsie. You know, I mean, maybe someone was controlling the Atlanteans too, but I doubt it. I think I feel that we are supported by other beings, but I wouldn't say controlled by. I think that's the very thing. We're here to learn, and you know, we can easily screw up too. And this is our chance to get it right.
Nothing makes sense to me. The way the world is doesn't make sense to me.
Okay, well, who's controlling us?
I'm not
then?
saying like everyone thinks the same, or like, you know, but at some level, you like when you get to the mathematics of it, you're like, yeah, but you know, you have all this wealth and you see people suffering everywhere, and if you like even donate half of your wealth, you still have enough money to not be able to spend it. But the world's problem will be solved.
Yeah, I understand
like,
that. Yeah.
That utopia that you have in your mind that is going to happen on Mars, it can happen here.
Yeah.
And we might be able to go to Mars faster as well. Because
well said.
When people come out of poverty, they're more creative. They less stress gives more creativity, and you know, ideas flows better. It's like you get more out of people if they're not under pressure.
Of course, yeah, naturally.
And what I'm thinking is that, is it by design? Because I have a hard time to believe that it just happened. Yeah, bad people. Unfortunately, greed. I'm like, yeah, no, not to this level. Like, what is going on? What is it like? Are we fighting some type of like a malevolent beings behind the scene, or are we being how do you say, controlled and ruled by a malevolent being?
I think we are the malevolent beings.
But what is all this? What is this all this story about? You know, angels and demons, devil and God. These are. Of course, I don't believe it in terms of religions, but this story, like these type of stories, has been around as long as humanity has been around.
Yes, of course.
In different shape or form, in different religions. But it was always a good force against a bad force. Who's the good force here? Who's the bad force here? You want to say humanity or the...
Yeah, we're both.
Yeah, that I know.
Yeah.
But what is the source of the bad? What is the source of the evil here?
Well, I like to... I think evil's too strong, and I think good's too strong. I don't really completely believe in either. If you look at the Taoist way, you know, with the yin-yang symbol, it's dark and light. I prefer to think in terms of that. But you actually can't have the one without the other. But if we try and have the one and not the other, that's when we're getting what we are talking about, good and evil. Because, I mean, neither is good without the other. Neither is right without the other, or balanced. And we think that angels are all fluffy light and love and la, la, la. And if that was so, well, where's the dark? What's, I wouldn't, well, I remember Shakti Gawain, a wonderful writer who wrote a book called Creative Visualization. I went to a talk with her one time while she was still alive. And she says, if you meet someone who's just too lovely, run like hell quickly. They're hiding something big. And I'm saying this because, I really believe that, that if someone looks too holy and la la la, and where's their dark side? And I feel that we humans need to have a dark side. We need to have a light side, and they need to work together. And when I say we need to have a dark side, I don't mean we need to stay in the darkness. I see that a lot of our mission here on Earth is to take the darkness in us and turn it into light, but there's probably always going to be something to work on.
What a faulty design.
Well, it seems to be how it is, dude. I didn't make it up.
No, I understand, but it's a faulty design. It's like, why?
Yeah. But, okay.
So you think it's a resemblance of an inner war that we have, inner fight?
I do.
So it's not out there. It's just within you, good and bad, and whatever, whichever side you lean in, that will be your stronger side. And
if you look at what's happening, in my opinion, now with the world, is the greed side, the dark side, is way, way out of balance. It's that is the imbalance, and that's what I hear you saying too. It's like, we want to come back to with poverty, for example, that there's extreme wealth there and extreme poverty here, and neither are needed. I mean, we get some kind of balance back, and we're not going to have that situation. I'm talking now on the physical plane too, of course, but it's all reflection of light, in my opinion, or light and dark within us.
I'm going back and forward with this because I understand it happens inside me, but I don't think it's all happening inside me.
I
think there is a source of either it creates the evil side in us, or we create it by being evil. I don't know. But if you believe in energy, and like energy just like, or frequency or vibration, when you vibrate in a level, in a frequency that is evil, low frequency, you create that energy too. So if all gather together, it's like a bowl of negative, evil plasmoid energy. To give a visual or put a name on it. But
well, okay, let's take an example. Let's imagine somebody has a really tough childhood and has a father that is really cruel to him, and puts him down all the time and makes this person really feel bad about each other, themselves. When that person grows up, they're going to feel a lot of anger, which is really a form of evil in a way, and they're going to manifest that anger in actions that are really not healthy for that person or other ones. For example, this awful thing that's happened in Orebro last week, whenever it was, that poor guy's probably had a hell of an upbringing. I know he also has a mental problem, but and then that manifests outwards as what we would call evil. But you can trace it back to within that person's lifetime to some event that's happened or some events, So in a way that you could say that's the source of evil, if we term it that.
Yeah, but that's it's not like all the people that have a tough, how do you say, childhood or whatever, they turn to be evil.
No, of course
Some
not.
people turn their pain or trauma to
we sort it out.
loving and caring. They become more understanding, more caring people. But what I'm saying, I understand. You can. It has a chain effect that it goes from you to your sub to kid to. If your boss yells at you, you come yells at your partner, and your partner yells at the kid.
Yeah,
I understand that chain effect. But what I don't understand is like when you see in a big picture, you're like, that doesn't seem right. That doesn't seem like, that's natural. That's just happening in the like a plane that we live in our lives, and we just, as you said, like it's going back and forward between you and your kid, or like your dad and you, and you just, it's like it happening in a larger scale. And I don't think, my belief is that, of course we have a receiver in us, good and bad, and we produce it too. We can, how do you say, express love or hate, or like be evil or be caring and good and loving. That's our options. That's our function. But I believe there is a source out there that is, I don't know. I cannot just take it as it's happening inside us. I don't know why I'm thinking that.
Well,
probably because all of the stories and all the things, all the small dots that I connected, and I'm like, it's not just up to us. If it was up to us, most of people are good people. Most of people are like, if I know, let's say I have like, I don't know, $100 in my pocket. If I know, if I give away $50, everybody else will do it. Or even not that. Like if I give $50 to someone that is in need, we're going to both be able to have a better day that day.
Yeah.
I will do it. And I'm sure most of people will do it.
I would agree. Yeah.
So what is going on then? It's not up to most of people to... I understand most of people are not in power, but that should change.
Well, last time we talked about the concept of microcosm is macrocosm, and I know that's reality, at least for me. It means that I am me, well, for this lifetime, but this me is equally a part of the entire cosmos, as you are, as everyone is. But of course, in the rest of the cosmos, there are dark and light forces too. Absolutely. So I on that level, I agree with you. It's the same thing is happening in the rest of the cosmos is happening inside of us. Yeah. So I think you're true. But if it's a being or a force separate from us, no, I don't agree with that, because we're part of it all.
Sometimes I feel like we are in this simulation that is like designed for struggles, because it will be boring. It's like a TV show. If you see they overcome something, and at the end, last 5 minutes of the movie, they solve the problem, and
but
great ending, happy ending.
I agree. I think that is the truth of planet Earth.
Yeah. So I think this is like a simulation. It's like a Hunger Game. Have you watched Hunger Game, the movie?
No.
Oh, so you haven't missed anything.
I'm useless with movies. Sorry.
Yeah, no worries. But it feels like it's a Hunger Game.
Okay.
Like the struggle part.
Yeah.
The suffering.
Yeah.
Is necessary.
Well, it's part of life. Yeah, that's right.
Well, not as it shouldn't be. It is now. You're 100% right, but it's not necessarily for growing.
No.
For grow, you don't have to suffer. Like you might go through some pain, but suffering.
Yeah.
I don't understand the concept of like everything. Like you have to sacrifice something to be able to gain something, and that concept, I'm out of it. I don't want that.
Yeah, I do agree with you on that. I feel the same. but suffering still happens. And if we're smart beings, we'll deal with it and do something good from it. We'll make the dark into light. But I do know that this planet Earth is an extremely special school of learning, and it's very sought after to be here, though it's probably one of the toughest learning schools because of what you just said. I think you're completely right. You go through all these struggles and hard times and get smart at the end in big or small doses, But in other dimensions, you'll find that it's really not like that. Things are much more harmonious, if you like, much, what's the word?
Balanced.
Balanced, yeah, thanks. But the minus of that is that not so much happens either, I mean, how long can you sort of sit there singing la 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 la? Oh, it's so lovely, la 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 la.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's why I'm saying it's like a movie, because like if there is no struggle, if there is no how do you say, if there is no villain and there is no hero, it's a boring movie. Like you watch like a family at dinner and then they go to work and then when they're happy and it's like, but fuck that.
The two big differences with this dimension here, planet Earth, what that planet is part of is time and space. And I can't say no other ones have it, but most other dimensions do not have time or space. And for us here, that's impossible to imagine how that would be, and that's fine. That's how it's supposed to be. We're here in this situation, experiencing time, experiencing space, because it helps us focus. It helps us move ahead, experience things. Just this is exactly what you're saying, But when we go back to where we came from, or move on to the fifth dimension, no, it's not really like that. And that's just not saying it's terrible or bad or anything, but it's quite different situation, So we're in a very special space here, dude. We should really appreciate being able to differentiate between dark and light and good and bad, and know in the end that it all kind of evens out.
It feels like a human experiment, the whole world.
Well, you can say that, yeah.
It's like,
but it's not a plot against us. It's a place for us to grow, and not just us. I mean, I'm talking about all life, all animals, plants, everything. Everything has some form of consciousness, and everything's growing.
I really love to believe your concept. I want to believe there's something good, but at the same time, I'm like, that's one description of what it can be. The other description is that, there are this race of reptilians that have a cycle for our souls. And they, no, it's out there. It doesn't matter if I believe it or not. I don't believe it, but I'm just saying, like, there is another, narrative about what reincarnation is.
Yes.
And it's like, when you die, they have the device on the moon or wherever, and they just recycle you back to the life, and they feed out of your negative, low vibrated frequency, and they feed out of it. And that's sometimes I'm like, that's it. That's, God damn it, that's it.
Oh well, we shouldn't push that one away or anything away, because this cosmos is endlessly big. Big's not even a big enough word. So probably somewhere that's completely true. I don't personally believe it is here, but who knows? I'm not going to dismiss anything or believe anything 100%. That's a bit silly to do that, But to say no, this is right and that's wrong. No,
it's too early.
Keep an open mind.
It's too early to call.
Yes.
That's why I'm open-minded. I love to believe that it's all good. At the end of it, it's like, here's you've been graduated.
Yeah.
Here's your
Well,
shiny
I'm
your
sorry.
plasmoid hat. You graduated Earth.
I'm sorry,
Now
Drew,
you
but
can move on.
you're the one that graduates yourself and gives yourself a plasmoid hat. There's no one else going to do it for you.
I would love to believe that. I would love to, like, yeah, okay, I live my life by, like, all those
Hey, I want a
positive
plasmoid
beliefs.
hat now. Sorry. Sounds quite good.
You can give yourself one. So
Sorry, Marty.
no,
I
no
spoke
worries.
over you.
Now what I'm thinking is that I live my life based on, like, yeah, okay, yeah, all this is not for nothing, and, like, being good has its own reward, or, like, is its own reward even. But sometimes I'm thinking, like, I don't want to be evil. I would never turn to like a revenge evil side of me,
Oh, you probably won't then.
revenge thirsty evil side of me.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to understand these people. I understand these people are revengeful, who are doing, like, destructive things around the world. I'm trying to understand, and I cannot only blame it on them. So that's why I come up with, like, hypothetics.
Yeah, I
That
understand.
I'm like, maybe there is a force that is running this whole thing, and there is a good force that fighting back, and we are in the between, and
Yeah.
I don't know. It makes sense
Yeah.
to me. Okay,
Yeah.
we take a small pause. We come back. So we're back.
We're back again
So
and hydrated.
yeah, I just want to touch on this announcement that happened on Tuesday.
Okay.
Last Tuesday. Anna Luna Paulina.
Okay. Wow. Poetic
An
name.
interesting name, yeah. So she announced the creation of the task force on the declassification of federal secrets on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, like, the only thing that she, like, gave away was that RFK assassination, they believe, with what little information of what reading they had from the files, they believed at least there were two shooters.
Okay.
So that's the only thing she kind of gave away
Yeah.
on the announcement.
I've
the
actually
press
heard that
conference.
before somewhere, but okay, so
Yeah,
it's
there
official.
are plenty of people say, like, at least two or three.
Yeah.
With
Okay.
all the evidence doesn't support, like, a single shooter.
Okay. Yeah.
That's nothing new from the conspiracy theories side. But
Okay.
to, like, for her to come and confirm it, that's a different thing.
Understand.
So, and she said that they're gonna investigate about the UFOs and USOs.
Okay.
So, and she said she probably gonna announce like crazy stuff that it would change the way we live our life or whatever. Look at the world.
Oh.
Yeah, that was her promise.
Wow.
Promises.
That's cool.
Yeah, I'm wondering if they come out and say it, like, finally, that, yeah, we're not in charge. There are these forces that are controlling. Like, we want you to not freak out. And I wonder if it's going to, that's my prediction. Let's say it.
All right.
Let's say it out. Let's say it out loud here. That's my prediction. It's going to come out to the point, like, and I don't know if I can trust that either, because whatever comes out of their mouth, I don't trust it. I don't buy it. I have to see it for myself.
Yeah.
Because with all these different ways of, like, psyop, whatever, this, that, the man-made alien or man-made UFOs. Because as Steven Greer said, they even, like, design and create like an alien physical body.
Yeah, I heard that.
That has a fake skin and, like, I was like, as much as it sounds like, but that's a possibility too.
Yeah, who knows?
So I'm not sure if I believe even I would believe their announcement at this point.
Yeah,
but
that's interesting.
As sure as shit, I want to hear it.
Yes. We had to figure out if there are ulterior motives lurking behind it. or if it is the truth, which I don't really believe in anyway.
Yeah, it's a strange world, and people who run the world, they are creepy and strange, and there are signs everywhere, and it feels like they need to show us those signs to be able to use that power or whatever
Yes.
they're tapping into, summoning demons and things like that. No, seriously.
Yeah.
It's funny. Like, it's really funny to say it and hear it, but when it comes down to it, you're like, is it true? And then you like search the background of these people, and you're like, yeah, they're esoterics. They're like, they're into like, symbolism and who knows what is happening behind the scenes. All I know, one thing I can be sure about, is that this is not how it looks like.
Yeah.
And these people are not the way they seem to be.
Yes.
They like to, how do you say, present themselves.
Yeah,
that's the slightest version of them.
Wouldn't it be fun if one day we can interview a real live demon sitting here? G'day, I'm Joe Bloggs, your demon. This is how it works. Would that be good?
Well, yeah.
I'm a genuine demon.
Who was it? Diana Pachoshka. I messed up her last name. She has studied religion, and
Okay.
she believes that, it's intertwined. The alien and angels and demons, it's just like different races of these beings. It's like very connected.
Yeah, I think that's possible. Yeah.
And she doesn't come out and say it clearly because, she's a academic. She never, come out like fully and say something. But I think it makes a lot of sense. Not necessarily like demons are bad or angels are good. That's not the point. The point is like these stories comes out of
from something.
These beings.
Yeah.
These non-human beings that interdimensional, whatever, from another planet or from under the ground, whatever, however you want to describe them, or all of the above, all of them.
Yes.
Different. So
yeah, I'm sure there's some truth in that, but like even what we refer to demons probably have a light side too. I bet you the angels have got a little bit of darkness and naughtiness in them.
That I can believe.
Yeah.
That I can buy. That makes sense to me. Like, no, there is no pure good or pure evil, as you said. But there are like good ones and there are bad ones. They embrace the bad side more and they embrace the good side more. Yeah. And I always like to think of myself as I'm the good, but of course I have my bad days too.
Yeah. Oh man, you're human. Yeah. Think of that.
Barely.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to shake out of it and get myself out of being human. Yeah, but what is human? Because, everybody counts on, everybody thinks they're righteous and whatever, even though they've probably hurting or fucking up someone's life as we speak. But
yeah,
at the end of the day, you have to recognize, you have to have a conscience that is clear. If your conscience is clear, if you can sleep, like a baby at night, then it doesn't matter how much you achieve. It's like you're still a good human, and you still living a good life.
You've got to be good to yourself first. That's where it all begins and ends, actually. In kindness, meanness, love, hate, whatever. It's all here. And anything that happens outside of us is just really a reflection of what's in here.
I think two things. You have to pick a good side. Like if you have a choice to make, pick the good side.
Yeah.
And if in the middle of it you recognize you picked wrong, admit it, and try to change your, choose the other side, choose the good side, find the good side. And with that, what I'm trying to say, I'm not trying to because I don't want to advertise in US election in this podcast. That's never the goal.
Never.
We just comment on things that happened.
Yes.
So if you choose, of course you believed in something, and then you vote for it or choose it. But when you recognize you were wrong, try to choose the other side and try to fight for what you believe it's right. Don't just get along with it or try to bullshit yourself. As if you, in the middle of the argument, if you recognize you're wrong, admit to it.
Yeah.
And stop the argument. Don't start bring up unnecessary bullshit to make your argument, to win the argument, and you're wrong.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I've got a little shortcut for all that. Always act with unconditional love, and if you can't, take time to figure out why. What's holding it back, and it will be something in here, not out there. Always, good way to grow.
Yeah, true.
It's my little cheat system.
Okay, let's end on that.
Yes. Cheers, mate.
Cheers.
Yes.